We'll see if things work. I'm assuming they will work. Well, hello, everybody. I guess I can end this poll now that the results are in and you can see where I am sitting. Welcome to this Tuesday morning. It is Boxing Day here in Canada. I'll explain a little bit more about that in a moment. Let me make sure everything is working. We'll start in about 5 seconds. There we go. So, welcome to this live English lesson on Boxing Day. So in Canada, the day after Christmas Day, which was yesterday, the 25th of December, is called Boxing Day. This day is generally filled with all kinds of different things. Some people will have a Christmas on this day. Maybe they'll have Christmas with their own family, their own kids on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day. And maybe on Boxing Day, they'll rent a gymnasium or a hall and they'll have like a huge family reunion. That's one thing that people sometimes do on Boxing Day. I should check the audio. Yes, that was my note to myself. And some people will just stay at home and relax. Jen and I spent a few days celebrating Christmas already. And today we are not going anywhere to celebrate Christmas with family or friends, even though that is pretty common for some people. We have a few Christmas things coming up this weekend and the weekend after as well. Not sure what just happened here. Give me 1 sec because I think I lost power to my camera and lights, but my computer is still working and I will see if I can fix that. I'm just kind of walking around the room. You might be able to hear me. I'm going to find a different outlet. Plug everything into. I'm going to hope that works. This is what happens when you're in. Hopefully that worked. We'll see in a minute. Let me check the live stream. Let me cough. Hopefully everything will be working. Technical difficulties. I think we're good. Yeah, I think we're good. Awesome. Okay, thankfully, the laptop itself didn't turn off, and thankfully we could be back and everything is working again. So that was a little bit of a blip, but not sure where the room I'm sitting in, we're actually painting it and fixing it up because my siblings are coming over for Christmas in a few days, my brothers and sisters. So I wonder if the outlet I plugged into is malfunctioning. I was planning to check all the electrical, but anyways, we're back. That was a little bit, I was like, oh no, special Christmas or Boxing Day live stream and the power went out. Anyways, we're good. Boxing Day. The other thing that happens on Boxing Day is many people go shopping. By the way, while I'm talking, if you follow the link in the description below, you can ask a question. This is actually an English lesson. The other thing that happens on Boxing Day is people go shopping. Stores usually have really good sales today. Maybe you can buy a TV for 10% off or 20% off or 40% off or 50% off. Sometimes the sales are really cool and really awesome. I don't usually buy things on Boxing Day. Sometimes I do because there can be huge lineups to buy things on this day. So sometimes Jen and I will go just to see what it looks like. And we might do that later today. We might just go shopping with the kids just to see all the craziness, you might say. That would be a way to describe it. Let's see here. Just looking at the chat here. Few familiar names in there. Good to see all of you. Do Canadians love queuing? No, we do not like lining up. I do not. In fact, you can't return items on this day. if you got a Christmas present that you don't like, then you can't return it today. You usually have to wait a day before you are allowed to do that. But anyways, welcome to this English lesson on Boxing Day. Yes, you can see the tree behind me. This is our family Christmas tree. Should we do a poll? Yeah, let's do a poll for a sec. Do you think Bob's tree is real or fake? That's going to be the poll. Oh, I didn't do a poll. Let me do an actual poll. Start a poll. Do you think Bob's tree is real or fake? Real, fake. There we go. Now there's a poll running. So now you can guess whether you think this tree behind me is real or fake. Did I go out into the woods and cut down this tree? Or did I buy this in a box from a store a few years ago? Hard to tell. I mean, it could be real, it could be fake. We'll see. Let's see, 53 votes are in already. Oh, I like this. Oh, interesting. The 67 votes. Real is definitely winning the poll, but unfortunately, this tree is fake. So a few years ago, Jen and I bought this on sale. I don't think it was Boxing Day, but we bought this tree and we have used it ever since. I know real trees are nicer and better, but because Jen sells things at a Christmas market, the first few weeks of December are very busy. So we haven't always had time to go out and get a real tree. So yes, Lolly says, I hope it's fake, not real. Madi says, but it looks real unless you get closer. Yeah, and it's a little out of focus, so it's hard to tell. But yes, this is fake. This tree came from a store in a box, maybe 10 years ago now. But it does what it needs to do. Okay, let's see. Let's get some questions on the screen. Questions, here we go. Judith said, hi Judith, Merry Christmas, by the way. I'm going to be saying Merry Christmas to a lot of people. Let's see, Merry Christmas, Bob. Are you going shopping later? How is your family and your dogs? Best wishes. Yes, we are going shopping later. We do need a few things. As I said, we're kind of fixing up this back room. We painted it. It used to be a slightly different color. Actually, Jen painted it. I didn't paint it. And some of the electrical outlets are very, very old, and we need to replace some of them. They wiggle in the wall and the plugs don't go in very good. Family is doing well. Dogs are doing well, but it's very muddy outside. So not an enjoyable day every day for Jen and I when the dogs get all muddy outside. Yes, let me see here. Next question from Know That. Hey, Know That. Hey, Bob, thanks for spending time with us today. Question, do you know the phrase to be on the same page? Does this phrase exist? And if so, is it commonly used? Thanks in advance. Yes, it definitely exists. And I think I saw this in a comment that I have pinned that I didn't answer yet. But anyways, yes, when you're on the same page, it means you know the same things as someone else. It's used a lot at work to talk about when everyone on a team knows what they need to do. So I was on a team of teachers that was planning a special day for students called Career Day. And the person in charge of the committee, we had a meeting every week to make sure everyone was on the same page, to make sure all 4 people who were planning that event knew what they needed to do on that day. So yes, definitely used, definitely very, very common for sure. Okay, next question here. From Henry from Taiwan. Hi, Teacher Bob. What's your favorite food for Christmas dinner during holidays? Merry Christmas to you. So a traditional Christmas dinner for me in Canada would be potatoes, usually mashed potatoes with gravy, some kind of vegetable like green beans or peas or something like that, applesauce, just because I like applesauce, turkey with some gravy or chicken with some gravy, and then something called stuffing. Stuffing is like a seasoned bread that can be made inside the turkey when it cooks, or you can make it out of a box as well. I really like stuffing. I think it might be called something else. Is it called dressing in another country? Stuffing or dressing? Oh, I see. So stuffing is cooked inside of a bird, such as a chicken or turkey, and dressing is made on the side, but both have the same flavor. So it is a bread. It's like bread that's been made into little pieces, and it's has all these savory spices in it. I would say that's my favorite Christmas food. So from RM, some adjectives move their accent. This matter is complex versus this is a complex matter. Complex. Yeah, I don't even know if I changed it. Other examples, compact and compact. Default. Is this correct to shift the accent here? So something can be complex or you can have a complex. That's the only time I switch the accent, I think. So this matter is complex. This is a complex. Oh, I did switch it, didn't I? Yeah, interesting. This matter is complex. This is a complex matter. Yeah, a little switch there. Anyways, if I say something is complex, it means it's very hard and complicated and difficult. If I have a complex, it means I'm worried about how I look and what people think about me. That would be the difference. Let's see here. I wanted to read the chat more this morning. I want this to be a little more like we're just hanging out. Your hair and beard are real, at least, says Mode Eggs. And Freddie Wolf says, Mode Eggs, joyeuse fête à toi également. Oh, a little bit of French Christmas greeting going on there. Tatiana says, Merry Christmas to you, dear Teacher Bob. Thank you very much. Merry Christmas to you as well. Madi says, turkey is good for a big family as yours. Yes, it's one of the cheaper meats at this time of year. So turkey. But we actually had chicken because we have some chicken. Know that says to me, thanks, Bob. If no one else left you that comment, then it was mine. I mean, in the comment section. Yeah, it rang a bell. There's another English phrase. I kind of remembered it. Mohammed says, Merry Christmas, Mr. Bob. Wish you a wonderful holiday with your lovely family. Also, thanks for your nice teaching. You are very, very welcome. Okay, let's get another question up on the screen. From Hung. My school celebrated Christmas. I joined in a school parade last Sunday as a Canada flag bearer. Oh, thank you. When was Boxing Day invented? What are you, your family doing on Boxing Day? So I think it's hundreds of years old. I don't know exactly when it was invented. We're going to find out. Boxing Day invented. I think it's from the British. I think that's where we got it from. It's from the Victorian era, it says. Let me close this here. Oh, servants would work on Christmas Day and then they would have the next day off. So again, this is just the internet. I don't know if this is true, but it was invented in Victorian England. So anyways, you can do your own research and learn a little bit about Boxing Day later on. That would be very good. Abel says, hi, Bob. Merry Christmas. Thank you very much. Let's see here. Oh, Jamshid is asking, I always watch your videos, but I never practice with myself. How can I speak? Just do it a lot. Just speak to yourself, talk to yourself in the mirror, record yourself and listen to it. Just think of sing out loud. There are many ways you can do some verbal, excuse me. So I still have a bit of a cough, a little bit of oral practicing. Let me see here. I should do a live stream sometime where I just talk to the chat, right? But would the chat get crazy then? From Mohammed, what do you think, or what's your suggestion about a newcomer who enters Canada and wants to be strong in speaking? Take some night classes. There are free night classes for recent immigrants. So I would find that. Mode says, I think the rule goes that you stress the first syllable when it's a noun and the second one when it's an adjective, but most people say whichever one comes to mind first. I think so. And I think that was with complex and complex. And I think I did that in my first reading. I just read whatever seemed to be coming out of my mouth at the time. Hey, Helix. Hi, Bob. Happy holiday. What is the difference between how are you and how are you doing? Thanks. They are the same. I'm not sure why we have two greetings. How's it going? How are you doing? How are you? How are things? There are a lot of different ways to greet people. I would say, how are you? See, how does this go? How's it going? Good. How are you? I think I use it as a response greeting a lot. Like if someone says, hey, Bob, how's it going? I'll say, good, how are you? Or how are things going for you? So yeah, they're interchangeable, but they mean the same thing. You could just use one or the other. No need to worry. Let's see here. Alexandra from Ukraine. Do you know Luke from Luke's English podcast? Have you ever thought of doing a collaboration with him? Well, I'm quite aware of all the other people who teach English on YouTube. They tend to show up in my YouTube feed. I honestly don't watch a lot of other people's content. It takes time, right, to watch other people's content. But I'm familiar with Luke. I have seen his videos / podcasts. And I would be open to that. In fact, if there are any English teachers from YouTube watching this, send me an email and I'd be happy to do a collaboration. That'd be fun. Freddie says, on boxing in the UK, there are a lot of football or soccer games. Here, there are a lot of games as well on TV. I'm not familiar with them. I know yesterday was Christmas Day and there was basketball on TV. I felt bad for the players. I thought they should have the day off. From Fabio, hi Bob, which holiday or festivity of the year do you love the most? I like Christmas because I get time off, but I don't like the busyness of Christmas. Does that make sense? I like seeing my family. I like seeing Jen's family. I like celebrating Christmas with my own kids, but it does start to feel very busy. So I do like it, but I also like it when it's over and then I have a few days to myself to do what I want. And when I say to myself, I'm still hanging out with Jen and my kids. Let's see. Aman in the chat says, hi, Bob. I think the most important factor to develop yourself in everything is motivation and energy. By this, learning English would be very fast for you. Yes. So if you are motivated and if you have energy, it helps with everything, doesn't it? It's a very nice situation to be in. Thanks, Aman. Very cool. Let's see. Next question. From Chase Overland Canteen, are there any different Christmas dishes in Canada that are different from other countries? Thank you, Bob, and Merry Christmas. No, not really. Like, we generally eat turkey. We might eat chicken. Sometimes we have ham as well as a meat on our table. But yeah, usually it's a pretty traditional Christmas dinner for most people in Canada. That's what I would say. Alyssa, hi, Bob, and Merry Christmas. Could you say how old were you in the earliest Christmas that you now remember? Oh, that's interesting. So I do remember an early Christmas where my brother and I got a gift that we had to share. And I was a bad kid because I was annoyed with my parents that I had to share it. I was probably 7 or 8 years old. And I do have memories of being at my grandparents at Christmas, playing with my cousins at their house. But I don't know how old I would be. Probably 7 or 8. From Tarkin, when will you remove the Christmas tree? After New Year's celebration or earlier? So this is always a contentious thing in some households. Some people love Christmas and they put their tree up like November 15th and they don't take it down until February. Some people put their tree up early December. That's what we did. And we'll probably take it down in a week, probably after New Year's Eve. We'll probably leave it up for New Year's Eve. And then sometime the week after, we'll take it down. But sometimes two people are married and one person loves Christmas and the other one doesn't. And then one person wants to take it down right away and the other person doesn't. From Lee, hi, Bob. I'm Lee from China. In China, we'll have an apple on Christmas Eve, as in Chinese apple pronounced as safe and sound. Any funny phrases at Christmas? No, that's interesting though. So you have an apple because the name for apple sounds like the Chinese equivalent of safe and sound. Very cool. No, we don't have anything funny at Christmas, although there is a Christmas song, a funny Christmas song. Let's see. I can't remember the words, but sometimes the dad in the family will dress up as Santa Claus and then bring the gifts because Santa doesn't exist. I don't know if you didn't know that. So there's a song about how a kid saw their mom kissing Santa Claus by the Christmas tree because Santa Claus was obviously her husband. But anyways, there are some funny songs for Christmas. From Alex, are you a football fan? I think you mean soccer. If yes, what is your favorite footballer? Thank you for your work and Merry Christmas. Well, I watched the Beckham documentary on Netflix, and that was fascinating for me. I am not super familiar with the world of football or soccer. I know more about American football than I do about European football or football in the world. But I do know that Messi plays for, what is it, Inter Miami? I think he plays there now. I would love to go see a game. That would be fun to see him play. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's where he is now. Okay, so we need some more questions. I'm going to do this. This will put the link in the chat, and you can ask questions at will. Running a little low on questions, so I want to make sure that people do that. I will read the chat a little bit again because that's fun for me. Let's see here. So Mohammed says, I'm from Afghanistan and I'm going to come to Guelph, Canada. I'll be happy to meet you close, Bob. So Guelph's a little ways away from me, but it is a beautiful town. I think you will enjoy it there. It's a little colder than where I am, just slightly, but not too bad. Let's see here. From Raphael, how to move from the B1 to C1 level. You need to put in a lot of time, and I highly recommend that you hire someone who can help you, either on Preply, there's a link below, or from one of the other services. I just think if you can find someone who can help you, because that's going to take some time. Ali says, I am 33. I think I can't learn English. What's your idea about age? Any age. You can learn English at any age. A lot of my viewers are older. Some are retired even. They send me nice messages. So any age. Judith says, we removed the Christmas tree after January 6th. It's kind of a Christian holiday related to water. Oh, okay. Very interesting. I'll have to research that. And then Lifecatcher says, happy holiday, Bob. Could you explain how to use the words typically and technically? Thank you. So typically, if I was to say, so typically at Christmas, Jen and I will make chicken and stuffing and potatoes. So typically means the most common. Typically, when I go to work, I leave and I drive left out of my driveway and I take the first road on the right. That's how I typically go to work. Sometimes I go the other way, but typically I go that way. Technically is when I use it when I'm correcting someone sometimes. If a student was to say, Obama's president of the United States, I would say, well, technically you're wrong because he's not. That was not a great example. Let me think of another example for technically. Oh, if someone was to say, I plug my phone into the wall to charge it using 120 volts. I would say, oh, well, technically it gets converted down to 5 volts or something in that range before your phone uses it to charge itself. So you're not technically using 120 volts. There's a transformer. So it's when you're explaining something in a little bit of detail. Let's see here. My glasses are quite dirty. I hope you guys can't see it. I have to clean them at some point. No, that says, according to the internet, Boxing Day can be traced back to Queen Victoria. On that day, Boxing Day, the rich gave gifts to the poor, and it is called Boxing Day because the gifts were packed in boxes. Ah, interesting. Back in the days when wealthy people gave poor people gifts. I wish more people were I wish we all had the same amount of wealth, but I don't know if that's possible ever. Madi says, I think kids usually have very memorable moments about Christmas more than other phases of age. Yes. Most of my good memories of Christmas are from being a kid. No, sorry, it took me a bit to write it down. Well, thanks for doing the research and typing it. Okay, back to the bottom. I'm going to go back to questions in a sec, but Mode says, question, I'm too lazy to use the form. Do you use the nutcracker to crack nuts, or is it just an ornament? Let's see, is there a nutcracker behind me? We don't use a nutcracker to crack nuts. Generally, if we buy nuts, they're pre-cracked. That's how lazy people in Canada eat nuts. We did, as a kid, though, used to buy a big bag of different kinds of nuts at Christmas. Hazelnuts, Bavarian, I think they were called Bavarian, and walnuts and other nuts. And then we had a nutcracker that as we used as a kid. Tatiana says, Teacher Bob, thank you so much for your interesting, amazing, and the best English lessons. Well, you're welcome. And wish you many great ideas for the new lessons. Thank you so much for your great job. No problem. By the way, I'm going to do a live stream next Tuesday again. This is my plan for the Christmas break. So there will be a live lesson Friday. There will be a live lesson next week, Tuesday, and then a live lesson next week, Friday. And then I'll get back to regular videos after that. But this is just a little simpler for me. Just get up on a Tuesday and do a live lesson. Let me see here. question. Let's see here. Okay, so Kaka-chan says, Merry Christmas. Do you have your family recipe? Have a nice day. So there's two things that sometimes get made at Christmas. One is my sister makes really good stuffing, and I don't have her recipe, and I wish I did. She has a very cool and yummy stuffing recipe, so I'll get to eat that later this week. And also, there's a flat cookie that my grandma used to make, and I think my aunt has the recipe. The cookie is called a kniepetje. That's not an English word. It's probably a Dutch word that I'm saying wrong, but it's a very flat, sugary cookie. And I don't have the recipe, Kaka-chan, but I wish I did, for sure. No, that says, thanks for teaching more than just English, Bob. Yeah, some of the other things slip out, like kniepetje. I hope people don't think I'm using an English word there. Tanya, hello, Bob. Merry Christmas. Are there any typical Canadian Christmas customs? Thank you, Tanya. So generally, Christmas is about family. That's probably the most common thing about Christmas. Most people, not all people, but most people will spend time with family. They'll visit their parents if their parents are old. They'll visit siblings. Like, I see my brothers and sisters once in a while, but I always see them at Christmas. We're always all together at Christmas. So it's definitely a time of family. And so because of that, it's also a time of travel. People often travel to visit other places in the world, etc., etc. So definitely, yes, and food. Lots of food. Way too much food. I think I ate too much yesterday. Let's see. Javier says, bombardement of Bob's lessons. Nice. Bo says, someone did the due diligence for this lesson beforehand. Oh, yes. Madi, that means Mode researched before he came. Madi, too many extensive live streams during Christmas. No. It will be good. I promise. Christmas is the family holiday. That's what Eugene from Etobicoke says, Automation Secure Home. I would agree. But it's also, for some people, a difficult holiday. Maybe you don't get along with your family. Maybe you don't get along with your brothers and sisters. And so maybe you spend Christmas alone or being reminded about that. So not always a happy time of year for everyone. Eva, hi Bob, happy Christmas and thank you for your lessons once again. All the best for your family in the new year. Greetings from Bydgoszcz, Poland. I hope I said that right, Eva. By the way, if your name is spelled like that and you're from Poland, the W is a V, Eva. So if you're wondering how I'm pronouncing that, I learned that earlier this year from Eva. So very nice. Let's see here. Jumping back and forth. Kiet says, thank you so much. I'm a student in Vietnam. Your video helps me improve my listening skill. You are very welcome. I like making them and I am happy that you can use them. And I'm going to keep making them. I'm not quitting anytime soon. I'm really still enjoying it. Santa Freddy Claus. Hi, Freddy. Bonjour. Hey, Bob, can you remember the toy you got which you love the most and perhaps you still have kept since then? Have you ever been Santa when your kids still believed it? So no, I've never dressed up as Santa. I think at school, did I do it once? No, I don't think so. And then I remember getting a Lego set with a motor in it. That is probably my most memorable gift. I got Lego are these little bricks that snap together and you can build things. And then my brother and I got a Lego motor. That's the gift we had to share, by the way. That's probably the most memorable gift ever for me. We built some really, really neat things with that Lego set and combining it with our other Legos, of course. Let's see, I'll do one more and then we'll flip to members only mode. From Doris, Merry Christmas. What Christmas gift impressed you? Oh, interesting. So I got for Christmas, if you're wondering what I got for Christmas. So when I walk, I want to walk with what's called a rucksack. And I want to put some weights in it. Right now, when I walk, I have trouble getting my heart rate up to make it exercise. The more you exercise, the better shape your heart is in. But now sometimes, unless I'm walking up a hill or up and down stairs, it's hard to get my heart rate up high enough for it to be exercised. This is not a bad thing. This is a good thing. So one of the gifts I got was a rucksack with a 20-pound weight in it. So I'm going to try that when I walk to see if that will make walking a little bit harder. Hey, let's do members only chat. Let me get that turned on if I can find the right button here. Customization, members. There we go. We'll do members only chat for about 10 minutes. Let me get a sip of water here. I'm going to read the chat a little bit again while I'm doing that. Where am I going here? Clicking all the wrong buttons. There we go. Vitor says, tomorrow's my birthday. Well, happy birthday. Only one gift for Christmas and birthday, maybe a pair of socks. So people who have their birthday and Christmas close together, it can sometimes be annoying because all the celebrations happen at the same time. I'm lucky. My birthday's in the summer, so Christmas is fun, and then my birthday is fun as well. Ruslan is here. Hi, Ruslan. Merry Christmas. Ruslan says, Merry Christmas, dear Teacher Bob. I wish you great health and prosperity. Thank you, Ruslan. By the way, Ruslan, along with Lolly Lolly, they got to be two of the longest members or viewers of my channel. They have been around for a long time. Let's see here. From the chat, Hafia says, get some ankle weights too, in addition to the weights in the rucksack. I should do that. I have Nordic walking poles, so they're like ski poles that you can use while you're walking. So those will help as well. I find those are really nice when I walk through the countryside because it helps as well to keep your balance. So I really do enjoy having those. Those are quite helpful. So Mode says, wow, such a cool gift. You could use a backpack for that purpose. I did that once. Was the only time I used some of my textbooks. It was the only. So you use them as weight, right? Yes, it is a cool gift. I am looking forward to trying it out. I haven't tried it yet. It's interesting because on the farm, when you walk around on the farm in the summer, you're often carrying stuff. But in the winter, there's no work to do. So this will be a little bit more like work. Lolly Lolly says, did Oscar and Walter get a special Christmas meal? No, but they got some Christmas dog treats. We usually buy them a box. And this year we didn't wrap it. Sometimes we wrap it. Yes, they got some dog treats. So dog treats are like little yummy things that you can give to dogs. Hafia says, happy birthday to Vitor. Very nice of you, Hafias. And Lolly says, yes, I am an old member. Yeah, I wish I could see how old. It's hard for me to look that information up. I should do that someday. Maybe I should have a live stream for. Oh, I know people have done this before. They do a live stream where they slowly increase. Yeah, maybe we'll try that at the end. Because you can set it so people who can chat have to be a member for 5 minutes or a day or 5 days or a week. Maybe at the end we'll do that and see how many people have been around for a while. Michael says, maybe you need some stubborn bovines to get the heart rate up. Yeah, maybe I need to go chase some goats or cows around to get the heart rate up. No, that says, you said your Christmas tree isn't real, but you decorate it yourself, or who does it for you? So Jen and the kids did most of it. I did a little bit. Oh, wrong side. Yes, this is definitely, we set it up and then we put the gold thing that goes around is garland. And then we put all of the ornaments on. So this, can't see where I'm pointing here. So this little snowman, that would be an ornament. And then we put the lights on as well. You can see the lights on the tree. So yes, we do that ourselves. Let me see here. Vitor says, thanks. Mode says, Bob the Canadian is known for taking a little too long to try his gifts. I'm just saying, yeah, sometimes the weather gets ahead of me and then I don't get a chance to try the gift. But I should try that hammock out at some point. Was I going to make a video about that, right? I should still make sure I do that at some time. You know, the weather's so nice. If the sun comes out next week, no promises, but who knows? Who knows? But won't that be a fun surprise if all of a sudden in a month or two, there's a video of Bob building something so he can use his hammock. Anyways, thanks, Mode. That was a nice gift, by the way. Madi says, sometimes it's good to celebrate them together, especially when you have some family members from different places. That's true. So Madi's referring to if your birthday is close to Christmas and if you celebrate both. Freddie says, I guess that your Christmas tree has been decorated by Jen and you because it's really well decorated. Are there many chocolates on it? No. There are some little stockings, though. These, I'm not sure. Oh, I want to wreck this. I can't get it off. I should have prepared better for removing the stocking. There we go. So there are some little stockings on it. And we used to put stuff inside when the kids were smaller, littler, but now there are none. But you would maybe put little chocolates in that. Normally stockings are bigger, but those are the little stockings. Mode says Lolly is an elite member of this channel. She certainly has been around, and I do appreciate seeing her every week. Okay. I will keep answering questions there, but I'm also going to pull some from the forum. From Armin. Hi, Bob. I think the most important factor to develop yourself in everything is motivation and energy. But, oh yeah, by this, learning English would be very fast for you. So we had this comment earlier, also coming through as a question / recommendation. Very true. You know, I probably will make, usually every year I make 3 or 4 English lessons that are really about encouraging you to stay motivated. So I'll probably do a few of those, because when you really enjoy doing something and you have a lot of energy, it's just easier to do and it's a lot more fun. So Armin, I would 100% agree with you for sure. Want to know says, when it's Christmas, Bob turns into Santa Claus and stuffs gifts into the kids' stockings, isn't it? So our kids do get stockings, but what we do is we wait until they all go to sleep. And then in the middle of the night, the stocking already has stuff in it. We bring it down and we don't hang it by a fireplace. We just put it by the tree. And by the way, if you don't know what a stocking is, it's really just a bag in the shape of a sock. And you put lots of little small gifts in it for people. Let's see here. Vitor, Merry birthday. What? I got the 2 wishes mixed up. Yeah, that can happen. Happiest says hammock and banana hammock are shockingly 2 very, very different things. Yep, I don't know what the second one is, but I'm not going to look it up because I'm afraid of what that might be. I'm just guessing. From Leon. Hi, Teacher Bob. Does your family have any Christmas activities like watching movies together or playing board games? Both. I don't watch a lot of movies, but during the Christmas season, there are a lot of Christmas movies on TV. And Jen and 1 or 2 of my kids will watch some of the Christmas movies. They do enjoy that. But we do play games together. In fact, my mom was down yesterday. I picked my mom up and she came to visit for the day. And we did play games throughout the afternoon. Usually we buy a new board game every year. Yesterday or 2 days ago, we played a game called Bang. It's like a card game, but a Western type card game. But we play games like Carcassonne, Settlers of Catan, and a few other ones like that. Or even older ones like Monopoly or Connect 4. And we play some card games as well, some word games. Oh, and we sometimes play Scrabble. That's always fun to do. Let's see here. Future says, Merry Christmas for Teacher Bob's family and especially members in here. Teacher Bob, could I request a question? Sure, you can totally do that. No, that says, Bob, where is the stocking with the name Bob on it? It's not here. There is a stocking laying over here, though. Obviously, it's empty, but this is what a stocking would look like. This might have been mine a long time ago. I can't remember. But Jen made all of these for the kids. So what we would do is we would put chocolates and candies in here and it would be stuffed full. And then, do you want to see it? Here, let me. And then we would just bring it down. Actually, Christmas Eve in the middle of the night, we put these out so the kids could have them in the morning. But my kids are getting older, so it's harder and harder to find things to put in them. Mode says, Bob, don't look it up, Bob. I just did, and I regret it. Hafiaz laughs, ha ha ha. And then Eugene says, Home Alone is the good Christmas movie. Yeah, there are a variety of good Christmas movies. Some people like to watch the movie Die Hard, which is an action movie with lots of shooting and stuff, but people still do like it. Mode says, very cool, a farm-themed stocking. Yeah, and I think there's another one here. This one is not farm themed. I don't know what you would say this one is. These little hearts? No, it's just a stocking. I guess it's like a pink leopard print stocking. I can't remember whose is whose. Jen remembers, so I don't have to. Freddie Wolf says, there's a good news for all the North Hemisphere citizens. The sun is now rising earlier and earlier. The days are getting longer. It's hard to tell, but you are correct. Every day is a little longer than the day before right now. It certainly does get dark very early. In fact, last night I brought my mom home around 8, so it was obviously totally dark, but it was also foggy. So not only are the days short, but it is getting very, very foggy. Kafia says, yes, Home Alone and Home Alone 2, Lost in New York are great Christmas movies. You can probably learn a lot of English from those two movies as well. Very cool. Okay, let me get another question up here on the screen. From Unsel, Happy New Year. Oh, that's coming too, isn't it? Hi, Teacher Bob. Do you get together at your elder family member's house on such days, hoping to move to just world order in the new year by? Yes, I'm also hoping for a more peaceful world. That would be nice. No. So here's how it works in my family. My mom and I and two of my siblings kind of live, actually 3 of them. We kind of live in one area, and then my oldest brother lives about 4 hours away. So we don't go to his house. He always comes this way. And then we have Christmas at my house or my sister's house or my other sister's house or my other brother's house. I have 2 brothers and 2 sisters. So no, there's no eldest in the family thing. And for my mom as well, she doesn't spend the day with an oldest member of the family or anything like that. So let's see here. No, that says, I think your kids' wishes are getting bigger too, and that makes it more difficult to put them in. Yeah, so eventually most people either stop giving gifts once kids are a certain age, or sometimes they just give them money. So I think we're close to that with our oldest or 2 oldest. I just remember when I was about 21 or 22, my mom and dad started to give me money at Christmas instead of a gift. They just knew I needed money more as a university student, etc. Hafia says to Freddie Wolf, I'm by the equator, about 12-hour days and 12-hour nights all year round. Yeah, that must be nice. Here, I've said this before, I love winter. But one of the things I do not like is how dark it is in December, the end of December, beginning of January. Madi says, I'm just wondering if you together on special occasions and talk about childhood moments and laugh. Like, oh yes, that is generally when I see my siblings, when I see my brothers and sisters and my mom in a few days, that is almost all we will talk about is funny stories about when we were kids. And the same when we visit Jen's family. We'll talk a lot about funny things that happened when we were kids. Okay, let me get to, I'm going to turn off. I'm going to go to subscriber mode. Let me see. Oh yeah, you can do custom. Okay, so we're going to do subscribers again. So everyone can chat once again, and I will get another question up on the screen. Ji Huan says, are there some effective ways to practice speaking skills? The most effective thing is to have a speaking partner. To me, the best way for me to improve my French, because I'm a French learner, just like you're an English learner, is to talk with my speaking partner in France once a week for 30 minutes. I talk English for half an hour, then we talk French for half an hour, or vice versa. Speaking to someone regularly is very helpful. So there's a link to Preply below. You can try using that to find someone to help you with English. But to me, that is the most effective thing. Because as well, I want to find things to talk about during the week with my French speaking partner. So it just motivates you and helps you do better. So find a speaking partner. I know it costs money, but it's very, very helpful. Freddie Wolf in the chat says to Hafiez, that's cool. You don't have to worry about the darkness for 15 hours long. Yeah. I'm glad I don't live in like northern Norway or something. It must be even, the days must be even shorter there. Frank, Merry Christmas. Could you teach me some phrases that I can use on a date? I'm in Canada right now trying to find a girlfriend, but my English is terrible. Well, one, be honest with your date. Make sure that you let them know that your English is terrible. And if they are annoyed by that, maybe they're not the person for you. Try to be yourself. In English, when we tell people be yourself, like don't pretend to be different than who you really are. Because if you're going to date someone and then maybe eventually it becomes serious and eventually you get married or something, you don't want to pretend to be someone else. So just try to be yourself. And then a couple hints. I can't give a lot of romance advice. Just be kind, be generous. Make sure that you treat them well. And don't be too pushy, if you know what I mean. Like there are parts of getting to know someone that are conversational. And then eventually there are things that are more romantic or physical. Spend a lot of time on the getting to know each other part. Okay. Just relax on all the other stuff. That will come in time if you are meant for each other. In English, when you say two people are meant for each other, it means when they're dating, you think, they could probably get married and they would be happy together. They're meant for each other. Okay. Romance advice over. Should I do a whole live stream on romantic advice? I don't know. That'd be hard for you. Orman, hello, Mr. Bob. What do you do on Boxing Day? Are you going to go to the beach today? We are not going to go to the beach. We are going to go to the mall later today. And we are either going to people watch, which means we'll just like walk around and experience it. Or if we see some really, really good sales, we will buy something. Mode in the chat, member for 33 months. Very cool. Your presence is enough of a present. Thanks. You are very welcome. Definitely 33 months. That's cool. Like you're approaching 3 years. Awesome. 3 years, right? 12 times 2. I'm going to try to do the math here. Vitor says, be yourself is all that you can do. Yes, you got to be yourself. Mode says, great dating advice. Authenticity is one of the very first things I'd look for in a partner. Yeah. I don't want to go into too much more detail, but there is a lot of value in being yourself. Vitor, have you ever entered in a chimney to deliver gifts to your kids, Bob? No. So the story is, for those of you that don't know, that Santa Claus lands on the roof with his sleigh pulled by reindeer and then magically goes down the chimney of the house. The chimney is where if you have a fire or a heater in your house, all the hot air or smoke goes out. So no, I have never done that. Hafiez in the chat says, yeah, I find it cool and very unfamiliar feeling though, and it gets dark early, like when it gets dark early like that. It was weird feeling for me that it gets dark by 3 p.m. when I visited the UK last time. Yeah, it's not a happy time when it gets dark that early. Hi, Teacher Bob. Merry Christmas. Thank you very much. And then from Chase's Overland Canteen, Bob, have you ever seen the British movie named Love Actually? Yes, I watch it every few years at Christmas. I watch it once a year. It's very warm. It's a very nice feeling. Eva says, oh, it's Bob. It's true, Bob is not only teaching us English, there is a lot of advice too. Yeah, I just answer the questions. That's what I do. Let's see here. From someone, what time is it in Canada now? So it is 9:16 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we use daylight savings time. So for this part of the year, the time difference between me and you would be a certain number of hours, maybe 5 or 7 or 11. But in a few months, the time will change and it will actually be 10:17. But right now it's 9:17 a.m. And we are having an enjoyable Tuesday morning. It doesn't feel like a Tuesday for me because it's holidays for me. I don't need to go to work. Ah oui, déjà 26 mois que le temps passe vite. Yes, over 2 years, Freddie. Very, very cool. Let's see. Mode says to Judith, thanks, Judith. Thank you, Judith. That's nothing compared to how long you've been around. Judith is a long-time regular as well, for sure. Okay, let me get another question on the screen. And let me do this again so we can get a few more questions in the queue. There we go. From Nikita, greetings, teacher. Merry Christmas. I'm checking in the gift sock, but I haven't found out yet. Where's the announcement of the conversation with you? I'll be waiting. Yes, I haven't restarted everything. By the way, my short English lesson channel will be restarting this Friday, just so you know. I did restart Wednesdays with Bob for members last week, and there will be a Wednesdays with Bob but it might come out on Thursday this week. We'll see. I have time later today, but we'll see. My schedule is a little more flexible. And I haven't restarted making study sets, study packs. I need to do that. People have been buying them though. Thank you very much for doing that. I think, let me see here. Is there, I'm not featuring them on this lesson. You can do that somehow, I think though. Let me see if I can figure that out. No, I shouldn't figure things out while I'm doing a live stream. But yeah, maybe look for maybe sometime at the beginning of February. We'll see if I can do another one. Okay, from the chat, what do we have here? Hassan says, have you ever come to Turkey? I have not visited Turkey. And backing up a bit, Tiago says, what is the difference between true and truth? So something can be true or it is the truth. Okay. So if you were to say that is true or that's not true or that's false, you're describing it, right? You can have a true answer or a false answer. So it's an adjective, but truth is a noun. When you tell the truth, you're referring it to, it's the thing that is true. Okay. I don't know if I explained that well, but hopefully that makes some sense to you. Olena says, I'm from Ukraine. Good to hear from you, Olena. Let me see. Look, some conversations going. No, that says nice use of the phrase. Oh, talking to Vitor. Yes, very cool. So Lee says, hi, Bob. I'm excited to send you the first message. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you as well. Okay, let's see here. I'm going to answer this one, and I'm also going to put the link in the chat again, just so we can gather a few more questions. Hafiz, hello, Coach Bob. Just want to say, hope everyone had a wonderful Christmas. Happy holidays, everyone, from my family to yours, and a happy new year. Thanks, Teacher Bob. You're welcome, and happy new year to you as well. We've got a little time to go. I think next week, Sunday, is the last day of the year for us. We'll see what things are like and what 2024 will bring. That's crazy. It's going to be 2024. We'll see. William says, Merry Christmas, wishing you all the happiness your holiday can hold with your family. Do you have any plans for the new year yet? So for New Year's Eve, we do have plans. We generally spend New Year's Eve with Jen's sister and brother-in-law. So my sister-in-law and brother-in-law. Did you catch that? Jen's sister and brother-in-law, my sister-in-law and brother-in-law, because it's Jen's sister, but she's my sister-in-law. They might come here. We might go there. We're not sure yet. We'll figure that out. I think, trying to think, we're not going to any big party. We've done that in the past as well, but yeah, we'll see. Sometimes now it kind of depends too on what our kids are doing. Depends. But if you mean, do I have any plans for 2024? No, I'm going to keep teaching at the school, a couple classes a day, maybe 3. I'm going to keep doing YouTube. Yeah, that's really it. I'm not an exciting person. When I do something, I just keep doing it over and over again. So let's see here. I'm going to go back. Aman says, Bob, I learned past tense grammar just by mini stories with repetition more than 100 times. What's your opinion about that? Stories, especially stories written in the past tense, which most stories are a very helpful way to get familiar with the past tense. If I tell a story, it would be like, last week I went to work. At work, I ate a cookie. Later in the day, I didn't feel good. I didn't feel good. Yeah, we do flip around a little bit there, don't we? But yes, reading stories is great. Madi says, we are living the longest night ever in the year. Yes. So darkness all around. Soon the days will be long enough that I can work outside after supper. Right now, I can't. Let's see here. From Mateus, Merry Christmas, Bob. Why is it that there is used to talk in the plural form instead of there are? That there is used. Oh, I see. Okay. So this is how I use it. If I'm in a parking lot, I can say there are a lot of cars here, or I could say there's a lot of cars here, which is a contraction of there is. I would rarely say there is a lot of cars here. That sounds a little wrong to me. So I think for me, the contraction of there are is theirs. which is the same contraction of there is. If I go to the mall, I'll say, there are a lot of people here today. There's a lot of people here today. So that's the answer to that one, Mateus. And it's in informal speech always. I would never use theirs in writing to talk about more than one item. Know that, member for 10 months. Cool. Not as long as the other members, but almost 1 year. I'm more than glad to be here. Thanks, Bob. You're welcome. Know that. And thanks for the greeting you sent me. That was very cool as well. Banry says, have you ever seen a meme picture like this? That's funny. Share Merry Crisis and Happy New Fear. I felt a sense of subjectivity. Yeah, I think the Merry Crisis comes from Vine. There's a Vine. There used to be a platform called Vine, and there was a girl who would do all the different Merry Christmases. Gerardo, what do you teach at school? Currently, I teach computer studies and French, and it's business computing. Makel says, hello, Bob. I start to learn English. Which one is good, learning vocabulary or grammar? Get a good amount of vocabulary memorized and then move into grammar. Like learn 500 to 1,000 words. Just flat out memorize them and learn them. That's my recommendation to you. Mode says, to know that it's not only the length of the period that matters, but also the impact, the impression you made on the channel. I would agree, definitely. Unsel, is there a difference between St. Stephen's Day and Boxing Day? So St. Stephen's Day I am not familiar with, but it sounds like a more religious name for the holiday. Maybe a Catholic name with the saint in front. That would be what I would think. Let me get another question on the screen here, though. This is from Yaz Gatli. Wishing you a season filled with joy, laughter, and the warmth of love. May your heart be light and your days be merry and bright. Merry Christmas. And then from Sophia, hello, dear teacher Bob. I just want to thank you for your great lesson. I wish you a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. You're a very kind person. Thanks a lot. You are very welcome, Sophia, as well as everyone else. Okay, so let me see here. We're going to do something fun for the last 5 minutes here. I'm going to, in my settings, let's see here. I'm going to say that, and I'll turn this off at the end, but if you have been, let's see here. Let's try this. Okay, save. If you have been a subscriber for more than 6 months, say hello in the chat, or say hi, or say me. Let's try that. Only people who have been subscribers for 6 months or more can currently say hello or hi or me in the chat. So try that right now. I'm going to put my earbuds in so I can hear what the delay is. And I'm going to keep increasing it as we go. So let's see here. So Hafiez Shine Lee says hi. Mode Eggs. We'll see how many people. It should be a lot of people, actually. So Lolly Lolly, Julie, Orkin, Judith, know that. Dejan, Gerardo, Freddie Wolf, Michael, Jolanta, Faust. I won't be able to read all these because I'm talking louder because I have my earbuds in. Redfish, Rhett, Stray Demon, Noob, Abraham, Faust, Clive, Eva, Rizel. Okay, now let's try Mahdi, member for 43 months. Very, very cool. Okay, we're going to go to the next level now. So here we go. Customization. Subscribers. We're going to go up to 1 year now. Okay, give me a second here. And we'll save that. Okay. So now only people who have been subscribers for more than a year can currently chat. So Redfish, Live Catchers, very cool. If you've been a subscriber, not member, but subscriber, so for more than a year, say hi or hello in the chat. Nadia, very cool. Noob, Prof, Judith, Hitaki, Mode, Brent is here. Hi, Brent. Happy holidays. Amy, Mika, Lee, know that. Very cool. Yay, Lolly Lolly, Redfish, Life Catchers. How many years do you think we have to go for Lolly Lolly? We'll see as we get there. Hafiez, excellent. Eugene's been away for a while as well. Been here for a while as well. Judith again, Life Catchers, Eva, very cool. I'm gonna have to scroll. Oh, Natalia Illusion is here as well. Very cool. Okay, Here we're going to go to 2 years now. Give me a moment here. Okay. So just give it a sec. So now if you have been a subscriber for 2 years or more, say hi. I can say hi. So Farouk, Arena, Julia, remember, say hi again if you were 6 months or 1 year. So we're at 2 years now. Abraham, Leon, Judith is still here. Mode is still here. Awesome. Farouk. I feel like people are going to feel bad when they can't say hi, but oh well. It's still kind of fun. Patana, Freddie Wolf, Amy, Mimi, Mikhail, Eric Chu, Natalia, Eugene, Afias, Abraham, Olga. Very cool. Nikolai, Judith, Jolanta. Okay, should we switch? We're going to go to 3 years. Whoa, Brent, 44 months. So Brent will be in the next one as well. Let's go to, okay, here we go. Save that. So now if you just give it a moment. So chat is enabled for people who have been subscribers for 3 years. So if you have been here for 3 years or more, 3 years or more. So Patana, CK Chen. There might be a delay. We're not sure. Still in from Eugene. Yay, Judith. Clive, Amy. Very cool. There will, of course, be less people all the time. I'm aware of that. Mikhail is still here, or Mikhail. Very cool. Just going to wait a moment. So if you have been a subscriber for 3 years or longer, Lolly says hello. Stray Demon, Abraham, Nikolai, Madi, Lamp Shaw. Very cool. Lots of love from everybody. Okay, we're going to go. This is going to be a big jump. We're going to 4 years now. So give me a second here to find the setting. So we are switching. So the chat is open to subscribers who have been here for 4 years or more. There's only going to be 2 or 3 of you. There can't be that many people. Mikhail, Judith. Hi, Judith. Eugene, still here. Awesome. Automation CQ Home. Very cool. So if you are a 4-year subscriber or longer, I'm not sure there will be many more. I know Lolly would be in that. Yay. Sorry, cool, but I can't pronounce your name. Clive. Hey, Clive. Thanks for being a long-time subscriber. We're going to lose some of the regulars at this point. So you should see Lolly in there, but maybe she unsubscribed and resubscribed at a certain point. You never know as well. 46 months. Very cool. Okay, I'm going to go to 5 years. Should I go to 5 years? Is this taking too long? Need to recall. I will try. Very cool. Artemy. Very cool. Okay. We're going to do 5 years and then that'll be the cutoff because I don't think I've been live streaming. I've been doing this for 7 years. Okay. Is it just going to be crickets now? Like, will there be nobody? That's my expectation is with the 5 year. Let's see. Is it just me? Anyone else? Ah, Judith. Judith should get a prize of some kind. Very cool. There are 2 or 3 more, but maybe they're not watching the live stream anymore. Very, very cool. Okay, we're going to cut it off and we're going to go back. So I think Judith wins. Should I wait a moment here? Judith wins for longest subscribers so far. Okay, let's change it back to subscriber for 5 minutes. So now, there we go. If you are subscribed for 5 minutes or longer, you can now talk again. Hey, that was fun. Yeah, Nightbot is probably the oldest person here. Hey, I'm going to wrap this up. Thank you so much for hanging out. By the way, like I said, there is no video lesson today. There's just a live lesson. I will do another one on Friday, and I'm going to do another one next Tuesday and another one next Friday. I still got to connect with Brent. Maybe Brent wants to join me next Tuesday. We'll see. and we'll go from there. So I think Brent was here. Maybe he's still here. Send me a text later today, Brent, whether you're available next Tuesday. And then I'll do StreamYard instead of this, and then maybe you can join me and I'll join you. We'll do a double one. I'm not sure if you're back at work though next Tuesday, so let me know. That's it. Merry Christmas, everybody. I hope you have a nice break if you're on break. Have a good day. I'll let you know how things go at the mall. You want me to take some photos and post them on my community tab? I'll do that later. I'll take some pictures at the mall. Know that says, thanks for your time, Bob. Have a great time. You too. Merry Christmas from many of you, and a lot of you saying bye. But anyways, hey, if you're new here, don't forget to click that red subscribe button. It's over there somewhere, and subscribe to the channel. I think you'll enjoy it. Lunsel says, while I was watching you in the first minutes, I had some official procedures done. Now I watch it while shopping. Very good. It's very enjoyable to spend time with you. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you as well. Anyways, bye everybody. I'm not going to start saying names. I'm just going to hit the end button, and I'll see you Friday. Have a good couple of days between now and then.